نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. ثم أما بعد، هناك الكثير من المسائل الفقهية التي نتعرض لها كمسلمين، سواء في بلاد المسلمون فيها أقلية أو في بلاد يغلب فيها عدد المسلمين، ونحتاج أن نراجع أنفسنا في كل فترة ونغوص في كتب الفقه والتراث حتى نجد ما فيه مصلحة المسلمين في كل زمان ومكان. There's a lot of fiqh issues and questions that many Muslims will ask, whatever they live in other countries where Muslims are minorities, or when they live in the Muslim countries where they are majorities. And we need from time to time to go and check and search for some issues that is still authentic and correct, but we don't know them. And the more we get more knowledge, the more we spend time learning about our deen, maybe we'll find solutions that make our life much easier. And the challenge, the problems, the conflict that we have, inshallah, we will be solved, inshallah. As long as we do the effort. Man sara ala darbi wasal. The more we do the effort to unite the ummah and work together and think together and put down your personal desire and your personal opinion and bring up what is better for the ummah. And inshallah, take some issues today, inshallah, and one of them, and this is after Ramadan, we don't want to go through it in Ramadan, about Ru'yat al-Hilal, the moon sighting. This issue that, it kind of, we go in sleep mode, nanam, for 11 months, and all of a sudden we wake up before Ramadan. One night or two nights before Ramadan, we all wake up, and we all fight, and we all discuss what will happen tomorrow. Are we fasting tomorrow? Are we fasting Wednesday? Or are we fasting Thursday? As if there is no other 11 month in the year. And Eid al-Adha, inshallah, yati, the Hijjah, the moon of the Hijjah will come. But we don't pay too much attention to it because, it's only for the people who go for Hajj. For us, it's no big deal. So, what I'm trying to do today is just, I'm laying the foundation, as at least to have a common understanding, and we bring our opinions as much as we can. There is no perfect solution. But inshallah, with the effort, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِن يُرِيدَ إِصْلَاحًا يُوَفِّقْ اللَّهُ بَيْنَهُمْ. If you want islah, if you want to fix a problem, if you want to get together, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it easy for us. We have the hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu قال صلى الله عليه وسلم صوموا لرؤيته وأفطروا لرؤيته فإن غم عليكم فاقدروا له 30. This is the famous hadith and the authentic hadith that we all rely on. Fast when you see the moon, and break your fast when you see the moon. And if you have doubt, you don't know, you cannot see the moon of the new month, فاقدروا له. Take some estimate or calculations or whatever. And subhanAllah, from the same hadith, we have too many opinions. Not today. This is more than 1,000 years. We have different opinions. And the ulama and the ummah live together with no fighting. And there is no, it seems that we take this concept of soccer teams. You have to go for one team. It's not about which team you are a fan with or whatever. It is, there's some basic knowledge and foundations we have to do with. الفريق الأول من الفقهاء لم يجز استخدام الحساب الفلكي لا في النفي ولا في الإثبات. So the first group take the hadith literally. We have to see the moon with our naked eye. That's simple. And they are correct because they implementing what they understood from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even some of them said no optical aid. I have to see it with my eye. And we have to respect this opinion. There's no problem in that. And then from this group, some people said, what's wrong with optical aid? What about your glass that you have? It helps you to see. You still see it with your naked eye, but you use some scientific help with optical aid. So even within this group, they divide it into two. One will say, I will see it with my naked eye. Someone I will say, I can see it with optical aid. And they said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يخاطب الناس بما يستطيعونه. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will command people with their capabilities. And what will happen if something happen in maybe tomorrow, after tomorrow, we have crazy people ruling the world now and they create wars and conflict and we lose all the technologies that we have. What will happen? We have to go back to the simple ways of determining the beginning of the month. The second opinion, some people said أجاز بعض الفقهاء اعتماد الحساب الفلكي في النفي فقط. So the second opinion, because they start to understand, and the more advanced we are in science and technology, many of ulama of fiqh are mathematicians. So they appreciate science. And they said, when we calculate, it's not a guess. We will be able to know exactly when the new moon will be born with a fraction of seconds. And they made tables for years to come. So they said, let's come up with an opinion that we still use the sight with your eyes, but we'll use a calculation and science for negation, في النفي فقط. Meaning, if the science said there is no way you can see the moon, and we have a brother that we trust him so much, and he came and said, I saw the moon. We said, impossible. The moon is not born yet. Maybe you saw something else in the sky, but it's not the moon. So the science will prevent the mistakes that we may have. And it happened many times that, in Saudi Arabia, they fast 28 days because someone made a mistake, and they discovered they made a mistake, and they told the people after Ramadan, you fast another day, which is no problem, that's normal. But now with science and technology, we are able to know exactly when the moon is born with fraction of seconds. And this is not only new people. We have Imam al-Qarafi, Ibn Rushd al-Andalusi. We have Sheikh Muhammad Mustafa al-Maraghi, Sheikh al-Azhar. We have even one opinion of Ibn Taymiyyah. Ibn Taymiyyah has two opinions, and one of them that we can use the calculations to disprove any witness that he made a mistake. The third opinion said that we can use calculations 100% for everything. And again, this opinion based on the subhanAllah, this is important. When we use the word ra'a in the religious text, it doesn't mean only to see. Of course, back then they will understand ra'a bima'na yara, to see. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and in Arab language, they use the word ra'a, like, did you know? أَلَمْ تَرَ كَيْفَ فَعَلَ رَبُّكَ بِأَصْحَابِ الْفِيلِ. Rasulullah was not born yet. And even he was born, he was still a little baby. He's not aware. He didn't see the army of the Ethiopian, and then they came Abraha to destroy the Kaaba. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told them, أَلَمْ تَرَ كَيْفَ فَعَلَ رَبُّكَ بِأَصْحَابِ الْفِيلِ. Didn't you know what Allah did to the people, to the army with the elephant? Rasulullah did not see them with his naked eye. Even subhanAllah, we use it in our language. Did you see what happened? Meaning, did you know what happened? Because you didn't literally see it. SubhanAllah, the word ra'a in our language and in the Quran, sometimes it comes with knowing, not only seeing. So we have many ulama, Mutrif ibn Abdullah min kibar al-tabi'in. We have Sheikh Ahmad Shakir. Sheikh Ahmad Shakir is a great scholar. Maybe he passed away less than 100 years ago. Sheikh Mustafa al-Zarqa min Sham. We have great ulama. They said, we are ummiyya. The other hadith, we are ummah who doesn't know how to read and write. So now we have the tools. We know how to read and write and calculate. Why we don't use the calculations? So subhanAllah, from the three opinions that we have, we should live together. But even myself, I thought when we use calculations, we'll unite the ummah. But then, تقسيم المقسم وتفريق المفرق. We love to divide the division. You know, we love this as human. So even with the calculations, the third opinion, which I adapt for a long time, they came up and they said, okay, we start with the birth of the moon or after a while. After. And actually they came up with 4 opinions. So now, subhanAllah, now we have like, mashallah, barakah, we have 20 opinions. So the ummah has to come up really with something. And this is what I'm calling everyone to think about this one. Let's use the scientific calculations with the visibility options, meaning we can see the moon. If the moon just born, this will contradict the hadith. So the group who want to see the moon, if we said we use the calculations only, we are kicking them away. But if we use the calculations with the possibility of seeing the moon, with the visibility curves, then at least we get 2 large sectors of the ummah. The people who want to see it and the people who want to calculate, because they will come together. They will say the moon was born yesterday, but we were not able to see it. But you can see it today. So the science and the eye will come together. But again, we love to divide. We came up with another opinion. Which place on earth we make the calculations or we see the moon? And some people said, okay, every country will follow whatever. And Canada will follow Canada, North America will follow North America, and so on. But then we'll fall into a problem which is borders. Who made the borders? Who said this is Canada and this is US and this is Mexico? So the idea about borders also is misleading. So, as you know, and the funny thing, we all know Greenwich Mean Time, GMT. And actually when you see the fatwa, that some of the ulama will say, that or the scholars, they will say the moon was born according to 11 or 16 GMT. What is GMT? Non-Muslims came up with a criteria to unite them. So England in 1884, they came with a virtual line in a city called Greenwich. They said this is 0 line. And from this line, we make 360 lines around the earth. And every line is what? 4 minutes. So this will be like a standard timing zone that we can trade, that we can calculate, and so on. The French hate the British. The German bomb the British, but they still follow the same methodology because they know this is for their own benefit. We failed to make MUT, Mecca Universal Time. Why we don't Mecca? Make Mecca. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make Mecca for us a qibla that we all face when we go to pray. Why we don't make Mecca our site place where we all wait for the moon? Of course we have different problems here and there, but if we use Mecca, Mecca doesn't belong to Saudi kingdom or any family or whatever. Mecca belongs to you as a Muslim. So it's our country. If we make the calculations based on Mecca, the visibility curve based on Mecca, and at the same time we go and see the moon, and Mecca will be our reference, the same way we do for Salah, Mecca will be our time base for the beginning of every month. يسألونك عن الأهلة قل هي مواقيت للناس والحج. They come, Ya Muhammad, and ask you about the crescent and the new moon. Tell them this is a time base for Hajj and for timing. If we want to trade together, I want to buy something from Pakistan and I want to ship it on the 26th of Sha'ban. In Canada, it will be Monday. In Mecca, it will be Tuesday. In Pakistan, it will be Wednesday. 1 moon, 3 days. This is a problem that we have to solve. So subhanAllah, if we come up with the same idea that non-Muslims came up with, which is we can find the origin in the Quran, how to unite the ummah is to use Mecca as a base for our timing. We do the calculations, and at the same time, we can do the citing. And this is what at Dar Foundation we did this year. We want to, we are not following Saudi. We are trying to use the opinions based on science, and at the same time, based on the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you have to see the moon, and this is what we want to do. Now the tweaking is so easy. All other opinions, they can tweak their opinions to fit one opinion. I could be wrong, but this is a step forward for making the ummah united. Sometimes يقول يعني هذا خلاف لا يرفعه إلا السلطان. There's some differences in opinions. The only one who can fix these differences and debate is the sultan. If we have a sultan, we have a khalifa, we have a president, we have an emir, whatever you call him. We don't have him yet. And I don't want to suffer waiting for him. Why we don't work together? Imagine if there's a sultan. What the sultan will tell you, and do it. Don't think about yourself. Don't think what you love. Think about what the ummah wants. What the benefit for the majority of us. Even if you as a personal, your personal opinion or desire is different from this. We have to think about the ummah and in general. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله ثم اما بعد. It's a long story, but think. I don't want you to take an opinion, but I want you to start thinking for the best of the ummah. The second fiqh issue, which is zakat al-fitr. Every year, when we start to pay zakah, we have the same debate about zakat al-fitr. And some people will say, you have to take grains. You have to pay the zakat from grains, rice or whatever, beans. And some ulama, and again, we have the same issue with different opinions. But also this debate is old, that you can pay al-iwad, you can pay money for zakat al-fitr. With all respect to the hadith of Rasulullah, if you can pay beans or grains or whatever, fine, there's no problem. The problem is, when we live in the town, when we live in the city, you have money, you are not a farmer. You have to go and buy rice. And then you give it to someone who doesn't need rice. Then he will sell it and take the money to do something else. So some ulama, and actually Ibn Taymiyyah, his opinion is whatever good for the people, use it. Whatever I will say in certain areas, maybe in Canada, there's a farming village. The village, simple life, simple people, then you can use this one. And this is the beauty about لفظ الأحاديث والآيات القرآنية, لفظ معجز. The way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed Quran to us and the way Allah mentioned the hadith, the wording are very important. Because subhanAllah, the wording can handle both opinions. So this way we're able to live. If you live in a village, use it this way or do it this way. If you live in a town or a city like a GTA or any famous civilized area, then you can pay money. And actually we have some of the ulama, they said, of course, al-Shafi'iyya, wal-Hanabila, wal-Malikiyya, they said you have to pay with grains or rice or whatever. Abu Hanifa rahimahullah said, no, we can pay money. And everyone have his debate. I'll just give you some examples. We have zakat al-ibl. Someone has camels. How do you pay the camels, zakat? And I want you to go to check this. If you have 5 camels, how much zakat of camels you pay? You take half of a camel? You take one sheep, one goat. You don't take from the camel itself. You take one sheep, and then this is your zakat. And ulama from this said, zakat is different, could be different from the wealth you have. Okay, so if you have animals, just move forward. The other famous hadith or story, Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiyallahu anhu, Rasulullah sent him waliyan al Yemen. Rasulullah sent him as a governor to Yemen. So he was collecting zakah. Some people said jizya, to be honest, but most of the ulama said this is zakah. So Mu'az ibn Jabal, when he went to Yemen, قال ائتوني بخميس أو لبيس آخذه منكم مكان الذرة في الصدقة. Give me some fabrics, some clothes, better taking the corn from you. فإنه أيسر عليكم وأنفع للمهاجرين في المدينة. It's much easier for you to give me fabric and clothes, and it will be more beneficial for the people of Medina. They don't want food, they need clothes. This is Mu'adh ibn Jabal. And he went to Medina, سكت عنه الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم, did not object him, they didn't say anything else, and he did not change his decision. So ulama said this is السكوت عنه مباح. يعني السكوت عنه is confirming what he did. So again, it's a long story, but again, this is an opinion that as Muslims living in this area, it could be much help or better for us to do the zakah with money, as you know. I think it was $10 this month. The last point I want to mention about, which is again an important issue related to Ramadan, صيام الست من شهر شوال, to fast 6 days after Ramadan. And we have the hadith روى الإمام مسلم رحمه الله عن أبي أيوب الأنصاري رضي الله عنه عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال من صام رمضان ثم أتبعه 6 من شوال كان كصيام الدهر. Whoever fast Ramadan and then fast 6 days from Shawwal as if he fast the whole year. And again, some people said, and again we have 3 opinions. We have and subhanAllah, you can see they switch positions. Imam Abu Hanifa said you have to do it in Shawwal. Imam Malik said no, you can fast any 6 days in the year. In the year. Imam Shafi'i said no. There is, he was in the middle. He said you can fast in Shawwal, but if you can't, you can do in Dhul Qa'dah, like next month. And again, everyone has his opinion. The problem is how to understand the word min. فمن ممكن تكون للتبعيض. Min, the word from, could be from this month, or min للابتداء, meaning starting from. Okay, so if you say I go from Oakville to Pickering, you are starting from Oakville. So the word from or min is starting from. So Imam Malik and Malikiyya, they understood this hadith as if starting from, while the other madahib understood this as part of Shawwal. Now, as Muslims, men and women, I will give you again my recommendation. And again, you are free to take it or not. Okay, but if you fast every year, 6 days with Shawwal, as a man, do it. Keep doing this, because this is the best. Is to fast 6 days of Shawwal. Whatever, one shot or 6 days separate. If you are traveling for any reason, you have any problem or sick or whatever, you can fast after Shawwal. What about sisters, women? Because some women said, I want to fast the 6 days of Shawwal before whatever I missed in Ramadan. So in average, women will lose 6-8 days in Ramadan. Now the choice is what to fast. They should fast Ramadan first, the days they missed of Ramadan, or they fast the 6 days of Shawwal and then they fast Ramadan. وَدَيْنُ اللَّهِ أَوْلَى بِالسَّدَادِ. The fard is more important than the nafl. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes obligatory upon us is better than the extra. Shawwal is extra. The 6 days of Shawwal is extra. Even if you don't fast them, there's no problem. But if you want to fast them, you have to have this priority. Fard, then the nafl, and so on. So I believe it's wrong. It's a misunderstanding for the sisters to fast the Shawwal before Ramadan. So what they should do, take the Maliki opinion. Fast the days of Ramadan first, in Shawwal or after Shawwal, and then the women can continue their remaining days after Shawwal. And again, we are not coming up with new opinions. This is what we have from the 4 sound, famous madahib, schools of thoughts in Islam. The problem is we come up with a traditional package, culture, certain culture, and we don't want to change it. So we have to be free. You have to, get out of what we used to do to what Allah said and Rasulullah said and what the ulama said. If the ulama said so and so, we have 3 opinions. Every opinion you take is correct and Allah will reward you. As I said before, it's like 4 lanes in the highway. As long as you go in the same direction, go to the other lane. So as long as you go in the same highway, 4 lanes, any lane you take is the same. And these solutions will help us. Now for people who said, Shawwal is too late, I cannot fast it anymore, we still have an opportunity. You still have change your niyyah and make your niyyah to fast the 6 days anytime during the year. There's many other issues that we have can make our life much easier. Inshallah, in future we will cover some of them as much as we can. And of course, we may have different opinions. Don't be upset. Don't be sad. It's a da'wah lit-tafkir. It's invitation to think and to learn and open our mind. And the more we learn, the more we know about our deen, the more tolerant we'll be. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us to understand our deen. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to open our heart to understand the Quran and to open our hearts to unite us and to open our heart to be brothers and sisters together in this dunya and akhirah. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. اللهم ردنا والمسلمين إلى دينك ردا جميلا. اللهم املأ قلوبنا بحبك وحب من أحبك وحب كل عمل يقرب إلى حبك. اللهم ردنا والمسلمين إلى دينك ردا جميلا. اللهم اغفر لآبائنا وأمهاتنا إلى أبينا آدم وأمنا حواء واهد ذرياتنا إلى يوم الدين. ربنا انصر الإسلام والمسلمين في كل زمان وفي كل مكان. اللهم حرر المسجد الأقصى الأسير وحرر ديار الإسلام والمسلمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. وقوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمني ويرحمكم الله.